Let me not put Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker in the same sentence. Ooh. Welcome back to another episode of Wrestle Capsule, where you're going to be getting your weekly dose of pro wrestling talk. And I'm your host, B. So welcome back to the show. Today we are going to be talking about last night, Wednesday Night Dynamite. So we're just going to get into it. I'm going to be talking about the highlights, things I liked, things I didn't like, things I really didn't care for. So let's get into it. So the first match of the night was the whole Grand Slam Tournament of Champions. So it was a match between Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. And in the end, Jon Moxley won, which I was hoping that he would. Now, do I want Jon Moxley to be AEW World Champion again? No. He's already been it twice, but I will say this, and you guys can argue me down about it. I believe that Jon Moxley was one of, if not the best AEW World Champion that we've had in the company, hands down. But it would be Jon Moxley would be the perfect person to pass that along to someone else. So, see what I'm getting at? It was a good match. The only thing that really got on my nerves, but I'm glad it didn't interfere too much with the match, is when Tay Mello and Anna Jay came out. I am sick. I'm tired of these girls coming out to interfere with matches that Sammy Guevara is in. I am over it. 3,000. It's getting on my last nerve. It was funny because I think it was William Regal who said, I think he called Tay and Anna Jay like harlots or something.
Oh no, you didn't. I didn't say that. Yes, you did.
The next segment of Dynamite was the whole MJF promo. And when I tell you, as he was talking, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Is he going too far? One thing I will say, like other wrestling promotions like WWE, they do push the envelope at times. They really do. They bring real life into storyline. Yes, we've seen that countless times, especially with the whole Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle situation. But I feel like AEW takes it to a whole nother level. See, you don't even see my fingers. That's how much of a level it goes to, because MJF was talking about Jon Moxley and him going to rehab and for his alcoholism and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, you touching sensitive subjects, MJ Maxwell, calm down. And all that to come at Jon Moxley.
7 days, Jon Moxley. 7 long days I haven't slept a wink since me and you came toe-to-toe last week. And do you know why? It's 'cause shut your damn mouth! You're old enough to drown all your childhood trauma in alcohol like a worthless drunk! I'll give you credit, man. You kicked the habit, you got sober. And that takes a lot of intestinal fortitude, guts, bravery. You slayed your demons, you defeated your disease. But here's the problem, Jon. My brain is far more dangerous than your disease.
And it makes me wonder, especially from last Dynamite, I'm wondering if Jon Moxley is going to win this Grand Slam Tournament of Champions, because they're building this storyline with MJF and Jon Moxley, because originally it was supposed to be CM Punk, but we're not gonna get into that. And because they're building this between these two wrestlers, it's making me feel like Jon Moxley is going to win this tournament and gain the belt, the AEW World Championship, for a third time, only to have a match with MJF and for MJF to win the title. So now as I talk it out, I feel like that's what's probably going to happen. MJF was coming for Jon Moxley in his promo, talking about he battled his demons and he slayed his demons with this whole rehab and recovering from being an alcoholic and everything like that. And then MJF is like, I'm one demon you're not going to be able to slay, and this and I'm just like, Maxwell, calm down. But then segue, MJF has the Firm come out, which is Stokely Hathaway is leading the Firm, but I believe the Firm is with Ethan Page, the Gun Club, the Booty Cheek Boys, Lee Moriarty, and Morrissey. So they are the collective Firm, basically the stable on retainer. So whenever MJF needs them, they right there to handle the business. And then when MJF does not need them anymore, they can just go their separate ways and do what they need to do. But they came out, and it's crazy because that whole segment with the Firm, I was expecting to absolutely hate it. I thought it was going to be super cringy. There were a few times where it was a little, I'm intrigued. I'm thoroughly intrigued. I want to see what else they're going to do. The crowd was not having it. They were just like, you could hear in the background, just shut the F up. Like, I audibly heard them saying that, but Stokely just kept going and eventually kind of died down. But people were having it. Hopefully it doesn't get like cringe corny. Like right now it's like corny but intriguing. Hopefully it doesn't go to cringe corny, because after that you lose me. I lose interest. Jungle Boy has a open challenge for whoever in the back wants to have a match with him, and Jay Lethal answers the call. So for much of the match, Jungle Boy was getting his A whip, but then after commercial break, then he starts, getting back. It would have been cool to see Jay Lethal win. I wonder what they're going to do with Lethal. He is such a great wrestler, and I would love to see some gold on him, especially when he got his whole goons Dut and sing with him. Like it's so freaking funny that like he was like in the camera as Jay Lethal was coming out, and he's just like, you're a boy, he's a man. Oh my gosh, stop. So the next match was a match between Powerhouse Hobbs and Matt DiMartino. Yes, Matt DiMartino. It was a utter squash match, and I know it was to make Powerhouse Hobbs look strong, but you can just look at the man and know that he's strong. For him to manhandle for 2 seconds and pin him 1, 2, 3, like there's no need for that. As I said before, Powerhouse Hobbs, Wardlow, Tony Khan, make it happen. Powerhouse Hobbs won that match against Matt DiMartino. And then in the crowd, you see Ricky Starks coming down, looking cool, wearing all black. He's in mourning, I guess. And he comes down, and then eventually him and Hobbs start fighting in the ring, only for Starks to throw him out of the ring. And that was like so anticlimactic. It really was. That whole thing was anticlimactic. Give us what we want, okay? This feud, like I said before in my all-out review, this feud should have been bigger than it actually was. This should have been built up more than it actually was. With all out, like all the air was let out of it, and now it's like a balloon with a little bit of leaky holes in it, and now you're trying to blow it back up. Like it's not giving me as what I want. So the next match of the night that I want to talk to you guys about was a tag team match. It was for the AEW Tag Team Championship. It was between Swerve and Our Glory, the current champions, versus the Lucha Bros. I really did not, don't get me wrong, before I say what I want to say, I love the Lucha Bros. I love the Lucha Bros. It's very nice that they are all gold up. They got their multiple tag team championships from different wrestling promotions, yada, yada, yada. Love it. We love it. They got the trios with Pac, who is also the All-Atlantic champion. We love it. Yay, you're getting your shine. We're happy. Last thing I wanted to see was the Lucha Bros also get the AEW Tag Team Championships, because We don't need another FTR running around here with all this gold. I don't even know how y'all guys can stand up straight. Love FTR. Too many championships. With this matchup, I was like, okay, Swerve in our glory. Just retain. Because the Acclaimed got something for your way.
Get your boy Keith Lee, roll his ass to New York City so that next week at Grand Slam, your uncrowned champs, the Acclaimed, can become the World Tag Team Champions. The Acclaimed are gonna beat your Drake and Josh looking asses all over that city because everyone loves the Acclaimed.
So let's talk about this tag team match between current AEW interim women's world champion, Toni Storm. That is such a mouthful. Such a mouthful with that darn interim. Anyway, her and Athena versus Britt Baker and Serena Deeb. Man, oh man, do I love Serena Deeb. They need to put some gold on that woman, the professor of wrestling. I could watch Serena Deeb put people in 1,000 holds. The match was good, and Toni was showing everybody why she is currently the interim women's champion at AEW. Like, sure enough, she's so, I'm not gonna do, the season. And I love Athena. She will always be Ember Moon to me. I want to say that I'm sorry in advance, but not really. You got Toni Storm. You got Athena. You got Serena Deeb in this match. And then you got Britt Baker. Now, I'm not saying that Britt Baker is trash. She's not trash when she doesn't have help and she actually pushes herself to the limit like she did when she had that match with Thunder Rosa, that crazy bloody match. But let me not put Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker in the same sentence. Ooh. We have all three of those women in the match plus Britt Baker. There is a vast difference, and I'm not trying to throw shade, but it just shows me how much more Britt needs help. It shows me why she has Rebel, not Reba, on her side. And it also shows me why she was put with Serena Deeb. And then Serena Deeb and Britt Baker end up winning the match. Rebel's always distracting the referee. Hater came out, ripped the chair out of Britt Baker's hand. And I'm like, wait a minute, is she for Toni? But then she ripped it out of Britt Baker's hand so she could bust Toni Storm up herself. And then she gets out of the ring and is just like, don't talk to me. As it's going off, Britt Baker, I said I'm sorry. When is this fight gonna happen? Stop playing games with me. These two have been at variance since All Out pay-per-view. I know Jamie's pissed off. I know she pissed off. When are these two gonna fight? So the main event was a match between Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson, and this is also a part of the Grand Slam Tournament of Champions. Guys, this match was so freaking good. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of favorite moments within this match, but one of them, you're gonna be like, what, seriously? That's one of your favorite parts of this match between Jericho and Danielson? What the frick is wrong with you? Heck, that when Chris Jericho was just like elbowing the crap out of Bryan Danielson's neck. He was going in. Bryan was just like, he was not selling none of it. He was just like, this don't faze me. He was just like, I'm like, Bryan Danielson's a straight up G. Yo, what was crazy was when Jericho, I think he suplexed Danielson out of the ring. Danielson landed on his feet really bad. And it was so bad they had the referee come out and he was taking off his shoe and everything like that. And they're trying to help him out on ringside because he's just he looks like he's in pain. Jericho had the nerve to come out of the ring and be like, let me help. It was freaking up. He had one shoe on and Jericho was just freaking up that foot. Oh my gosh, he was tearing him up. And in the end, Bryan Danielson won the match. Jericho tapped out. That was a great way to end Dynamite. So guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about Dynamite. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Signing off. Bye.